This process is an advantage for Flamengo
that the others have in relation
to the domestic market. No, definitely when it comes to the European market, right? The fact that I've worked at 4 clubs in Europe, I know there's no club. If João Moçada leaves tomorrow and needs to talk to someone at any club on the internet, you know, I know someone there and I can get there. So that makes things easier, cheaper, because we don't need intermediaries to handle the negotiations.
I can easily reach those people.
And I can easily reach the players' agents as well, and that means I don't need to travel as much to close the deals. But on the contrary, this isn't meant as a criticism of anyone. When I worked in Europe and wanted to close something here in Brazil, I used to travel a lot to Brazil. Yes, you came here a lot because I didn't have that proper knowledge nor the trust.
I did the reverse.
I used to work with the market remotely. Perfect.
It wasn't a criticism of Braz, right, guys? Now, he was talking about an important situation with the Russians who say one thing one day, another thing the next, and it's hard for you to make and receive payments, right? Russian football, the constraints around sanctions, banks, financial embargoes, the war in Ukraine, all that stuff. So this whole Russia situation makes everything much more difficult. That's why a negotiation to sign Luis Enrique wouldn't be that easy, right? Besides the high costs, it would be very difficult. If the Carrascal deal was difficult, even with Flamengo having the money to buy, imagine them not wanting to sell and Flamengo wanting to sign and still trying to get a better price for Luis Enrique. It would be very difficult. That's the reality.